What do you prefer, the Oasis or the solo stuff?
Do you think they'll ever get the band back together? What was... It's just because I recently watched a clip of Danny Dyer, the girl, saying about when her boyfriend met Danny Dyer, the dad.
Yeah.
What was it like bringing... What's your boyfriend's name, sorry?
Kit.
What was it like bringing Kit back to meet your dad for the first time?
My boyfriend is 10 years older than me, so that was also thing that he was like, my dad was like, oh. But I think my dad tried to like play it down. I don't think he was, my dad's very sort of like, just like, my dad was like, hi, nice to meet you, like shook his hand.
Yeah.
And then my boyfriend claims that he like pulled a face at me, but I don't think my dad did pull a face at me. Apparently my dad was like, but I was like, I don't remember that happening.
Yeah.
But
was Kit nervous?
yeah, he was shitting himself.
Because
in the way on the car there, he was like, not only is your dad not Gallagher, but I'm also like, he's also my boyfriend, like my girlfriend's dad. So that's like, you're shitting yourself anyway.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
And he knows that my dad can be like a bit of a cunt. So he was like, this is like too much going on for me. At the same time.
Yeah.
No, I'm not laughing at the fact that that he was nervous, because I would be fucking nervous. But I'm laughing at the fact that you just don't hold any punches. You're like, yeah, he's fucking shitting himself.
Yeah, no, he was. And I like in the car, and I think I was nervous as well because I was like vibing off of his nerves, and I was like, oh God, you're making me nervous. It's like, I've met my dad. Like, I feel like I'm gonna be like, hi, nice to meet you before he does.
Yeah.
But he played it cool. Like, I've got 2 younger brothers, so he like went straight and like, do you want to go play football in the garden? And I was like, right, yeah.
Right.
You've sussed that one out.
Yeah.
And then like played Fortnite with them.
How old are your brothers?
They're 11 and 8.
Are they?
Or 9.
Are they?
Yeah, you know when they're that age and you feel like they have a birthday every like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What's the most rock and roll thing you've ever done?
Probably go on tour with my dad. That's probably the most rock and roll thing I've ever done.
It's pretty up there, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. I mean, I want you to delve into it.
So I went, not the one that I just went on, but I went on tour with my dad in Europe last year, and that was like classic what you would imagine on a tour bus driving to a new country every day. And I was like, this is fun.
Yeah.
And I wasn't actually working on that one, so I was like, sleeping in. But I remember I got on the bus and like I'm so disgustingly messy.
Right.
And I remember I like got on the bus with my suitcase and my dad was like, right, you're not making this messy. If you make this messy, you're going home. And I was like, okay. So I would put everything really neatly in like my bunk, like trying to make it really like tidy.
I imagine that your dad's mellowed out a bit now, no?
Yeah, he has.
So when you say, obviously touring with Noel Gallagher is still fucking rock and roll, but like, what are the parties like? What's it like being around that now?
I think
you must meet some cool people.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Of course. I think I find that question so hard. People always say to me, who's the most famous person you've met? And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I've met loads of people like briefly and like just because they're friends with my dad and things. And that was weird also growing up because I'd be like, the people would be like really obsessed with people. And then I'd be like, wait, like, my dad's friend. Like, didn't really kind of understand it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think, he obviously is mellowed out. He's also my dad. So like going on tour with my dad, he's not like, let's have a mad one tonight. He's like, make sure you get an early night. Eat your vegetables.
Yeah.
So I think it's like different people are like, oh my God, it must have been crazy. And I'm like, well, he was like a dad on tour with his daughter. He wasn't like making sure. Like we were in Prague one night and my dad, didn't you know the Blossoms?
Yeah.
They're like my really good friends and they were touring with my dad. They were his support band. So I would like, I had friends with me there anyway, but I was like going to go meet them one night and my dad was like, stressing out that I was like going to like do a 20-minute walk in a city alone. My dad was like, you make sure there's people with you and like getting really stressed out. And I was like, the amount of stuff you must have done in your life. And you're really stressed about me doing a walk in a European city. And my dad's like, Prague, there's so many stag do's here. And I'm like, what? I'm not gonna like avoid. Oh my God, a group of men. No.
You alluded to like your dad's sort of like naughtiness as a youngster.
Yeah.
Do you ever worry that kind of like? I mean, he's just young, having fun, and everyone's been there, and we're not going to go into the details of it. But do you ever wonder that because you're the spawn of him, that people are going to think that's you, that's your lifestyle, you must do those things?
100%. I've had so many. I've like not got like apartments that I've like tried to rent because people are like clearly the landlords think that I'm going to be like having bad ones every night.
Throwing tellies out the
exactly.
the window.
So like I've had people do that. My boyfriend's family were like genuinely were like to him, is she like, does she drink a lot and does she do drugs? I mean, he was like, no, she doesn't. But I think they just assume that I'm going to be crazy.
Yeah.
I don't drink,
Right.
which is also freaks people out as well.
Yeah.
I don't really drink. I like don't party that much, but I think it's because I've had parents that are like crazy.
Yeah.
So it's kind of made me like a bit mellow. I've like rebelled in the opposite way.
Right.
I'm like, I don't want to be part of that.
Yeah.
So I think people also assume that I'm going to be like really like out there and really outgoing. Like I'm quite outgoing. Like I'm not a shy person. Like as you've seen, I like met you like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a shy person, but I think they think I'm going to be really rowdy. But I'm just not like that. Like I'm quite reserved, and I'll sit and like judge people from afar, but I'm not going to be like up in people's faces. Being, like, and I think they think I'm going to be like really feisty, and that's just like not who I am.
Talking of Wonderwall, how do you feel when you're out and about and you just hear the tune? Obviously, you're so used to it now. But is that? Do you ever have to try and remove yourself from the norm and think how fucking weird that must be?
No, it's weird because it's like it's such a big song to people.
Yeah.
Like it was Kit's like song with his ex-girlfriend.
You're
like you know what I mean?
joking.
Like they like heard it. Like they were like they had a job together and it would like always play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it was like so I forget that it like. Is such a staple. I think it was like last year it was voted the most British song of all time.
Yeah.
Like I
Doesn't
mean like
surprise me.
it's like such a I forget that like to them it's like everybody it's kind of nice as well that like everybody has a moment that they like the song and they like it reminds them of their mates or like whatever and like to me I'm like it's like my dad wrote the song and it's a great song and I get that but like I've heard it so many times.
Yeah.
So many times.
Yeah.
Can I just you just reminded me 'cause you said it's a moment at my 18th birthday. Yeah, I got up on stage and I sung Wonderwall, and I was smashed.
Yeah,
and it was a hit.
Yeah,
the crowd loved it.
See,
I literally,
it's just one of them songs. I just remembered. Fucking hell.
But I mean, like,
that was a good night. That was.
I just a week ago I went to my uncle's wedding, and he had his first dance with his lady, his new wife, and then just after that he got his boys round him, and then they all just sang that.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it's like it's weird because you must be so used to it, but to me. That seems mental because that is the most common song. It got memed as well a couple of years ago, didn't it? Like the play Wonderwall thing. Like everyone
it's like,
just
pass me a guitar, I'll play Wonderwall. That kind of thing. Like it's the song.
Yeah.
It's also the first song everybody learns to play on the guitar. So it's like it's funny to me that like my dad wrote that. That's like him.
That is fucking cool.
Yeah.
But it's people also find it weird. I listen to my dad's music and I think people find that strange as well. Like I would be at school, like with my headphones in, walking to school and people would see my phone, they'd see that I'd be listening to it and they're like, they find that weird.
Yeah.
But it's like, why is that strange? Like if I actually ask them to think about it, I'm like, he's a musician, he makes good music. Like I listen to his music like you would, but people find it weird. And also obviously kids at school being like, you're only listening to that because you want people to like see you listening to your dad's music.
I think you've had a whole lifetime of that. You don't need to push it anymore.
I'm like, no, what I'm really doing is getting the streams up so I can get a car.
if I don't know if I want to say if you had to, what do you prefer, the Oasis or the solo stuff?
I think they're both different for different things. Like
Absolutely.
Oasis will always like kind of like bring me that sort of like joy of like, oh my god, such great times, and like the music is phenomenal. But at the moment, I prefer his solo stuff mainly because like it's like really cool and like the stuff he's doing is really interesting. Plus, I hear it all the time now.
Of course.
And also, I know that the songs I can see what my dad puts into them, and like it makes him so happy to make the stuff he's making. And like it's kind of got like a funky 80s vibe at the moment, and that's like really cool.
I wasn't going to bring this up, but when I first went to Manchester, I think right. How do I crowbar this in? Right. So the question I'll go with before I tell you my story is, what do you think about middle-aged men really thinking that they are a Gallagher? Like, because can you spot that? Like, because when
my best friend we have like a game that we play. It's like we'll be in Starbucks or something and we'll be like spot the Gallagher fan. They all look the same. They dress the same. They have the same bloody haircut. And like we'll be like, I'll like say we'll walk down the street and I'll be like, do you reckon he listens to Oasis? Like but like to me it's funny because it's almost like a caricature. Like they dress to my dad to a level that he doesn't even look like that. Which I find funny.
That's what they do with proper famous people, though. They like accentuate like certain parts of their personality in their image, don't they? So they really heighten it. When I went to Manchester, I think I've told this on the podcast before. I shit you not, right? I'd never been there before, and the only thing I knew about it was Oasis, right? And And I came out of the train station, and there was like this tram line going down, and I was walking down, and my phone had died on the train. So I just thought, right, I'm just going to ask someone the time. I turned round, and for a second, I thought it was either Liam or Noel, because I was like, just for a second, I was like, it looked had the green coat on, and I shit you not, I went, excuse me, mate, have you got any? He went, fuck off, and just and I was like, and I thought, I'm in Manchester. This is amazing.
Literally.
Didn't take any offence to it. I was just like, I want to live here now. I think I'd be a fool not to ask you this question, but you don't have to answer. No, do you think they'll ever get the band back together?
No.
No.
I know it's what people don't want to hear. And I also wish I could be more mysterious. Like, well, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But
so
personally, no, I don't think they will.
Right. Fair enough. There we go.